Hi everyone, my name is Vinaa. We are going to explore a very simple yet fascinating experiment involving salt water, regular water, which shows how the density can affect the mixing of liquids. Now, for this experiment, you will only need 2 cups of water and some table salt and some food coloring. Pretty simple, right? So come on, let's get into it. Okay guys, so our first step here right now is to have 2 cups prepped, which cup A will have salt water and cup B will have just plain water. Now first, we're going to add a huge tablespoon of salt into cup A, and now cup B has just plain regular water. Now cup A, which has salt in it, has a higher density because of the salt, and whereas for cup B remains as plain water, which is H2O. Now, our second step is that we're going to add food coloring to both of the cups and observe what happens, shall we? Now, in the cup with plain water, which is cup B, you'll notice that the food coloring disperses quickly and spreads throughout the water, almost instantly creating a very uniform color. Now, however, in the cup that has salt water, which is cup A, the food coloring stays more concentrated at the top, and it also takes a longer time to mix. Now we're done with our experiment, so let's break down what's happening, shall we? So now the whole reason that we are seeing different results in both the cups is because it comes down to the density of the water. So when we look at it, the water becomes denser when salt is dissolved in it, which is in cup A. And essentially, the dissolved salt molecules fill in the gaps between water molecules and make the water heavier per unit volume. So now when we add our food coloring to the salt water, the denser water at the bottom resists the movement of the food coloring, which it makes it harder for the dye to disperse throughout the solution. Now, on the other hand, let's look at cup B, shall we, which has plain water in it. The density of the water is lower, and therefore it has less resistance, so that the food coloring can mix and diffuse freely, resulting in an almost immediate blending of the color, which obviously you can see at our experiment that we just saw. The food coloring molecules spread out through the water until they reach an equilibrium where the water is distributed evenly. Now, if we were to mimic this experiment into real-world situations, now for instance, in oceans, salt water is denser than fresh water, which affects how substances like pollutions or nutrients spread. And you can also see the similar effects in cooking, which is, a day-to-day basis thing that all of us do, where salts in water affects how ingredients dissolve or interact. So that's the science behind our experiment. It is simple but powerful demonstration of how density influences the way different substances interact. Now, I encourage you to do this at home and explore how varying the amount of salt or using different liquids change the outcome. Thanks for watching,